Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing good. So I wanted to point out a couple things on the slides this week. I'm going to go to the table of contents. You're going to notice that some of the subject areas that are usually by themselves, like reading, are paired with science. And that's because you're going to be doing a research project this week. And to make sure that it's all finished, I've kind of lumped together what you're doing with research to show you that you are doing your reading. And that also can help you with your grades and things like that. So you'll see that reading and science are combined. You'll see that writing and science are combined as well. Math is all on its own, so you do have a suggested activity for math that I'll try to go over in just a moment. And then social studies is all its own too. But again, this is when you get on here, if I don't get to show you, this is a option this week. So really all of your science and your math are the ones that I'm suggesting you do. Social studies will be optional. So something I want to point out is this schedule right here for the research. It does say suggested because I know that every family and every house is different from what day of the week you can do this on. So it is a suggested, so it's broken apart by days. What I would suggest, even if you're not doing these days, is to do it in this order, okay, so that they can be all finished and done by the end of the week. So this first part is basically them, and you can read over this better, basically showing them that they need to pick their research the first day. And I'll try to go to that slide in just a moment with you. These all in the middle are all the same because that's when they're doing all their research. But I've broken it apart to where they are researching a certain thing each day. Okay, so you'll see that it changes, and the last one is just kind of finishing up. There are learning videos on here that I'll kind of show you if I have a chance right now that tell them a little bit more of how to do that and how that looks like. The last day is deciding if you want to do a presentation, and it is optional. It's optional to do it all. It's optional to be able to turn in. So you'll see on the learning video on that slide 23, I've kind of explained that a little bit more. But I have put on that last day, maybe of the week, as you're finishing up the research, make sure that you are trying to get your math turned in because that is a suggested activity. Okay, so really quickly, let me see if I can run through these. That first one is when you are choosing. This one does not have a suggested way to turn in because you do not need to turn in anything on here. Video here to help you explain a little bit more of what to do. Next slide is the writing and science. Again, video here of what to do. Suggested way to turn in is to go onto Google Class. I probably am going to mark the chart as assignment, just like that research chart to turn in, because you're going to be using that several days in the week. So there's more explanation here in the video. Okay, those middle days where they're doing the bulk of the research is on slide 21. And again, there's a video that tells them how to research and helps you too. My suggested way is, again, to go onto that Google Class and use that form to either type in or to print out and then take a picture of when you're all finished. I don't need to have the form turned in every day. You can have that chart turned in when they are all finished at the end of the week, either by taking a picture and putting it into the Google Class or sending in the typed one, of course, there. And again, that assignment for this slide and this slide are both going to be marked as just research chart, one assignment, okay? So far you'll have just one assignment for all of this. So for science that's going through here, the writing and science and the reading and science are going to be all one assignment that you turn in for Google Class, and it's going to say research chart, okay? And then lastly on that, it tells you that you can go to slide 23 and it gives you some presentation, and there's I'm going to post a video right here in just a moment as soon as it downloads to show them how to do it. But again, it's optional. Okay. And then the math this week, those are all you can decide on doing. Here's a suggested activity. Again, I would either decide to go to Google Class and type on a document that looks like this, or I told in the video, you might want to print this one out this week because it is small for them to do. Okay. So this one also will have a YouTube video with extra because this is a concept that some of us have not had a lot of practice on yet with those bigger numbers. And then real quick last, social studies is there. It is optional this week. I will need to put that it's optional up here. I will have that little optional up here so that you know, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, especially on all that good research. All right, have a good week.